And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the second round. Welcome back here to the Stellarfest, the Constellation Cup, day number 1. Welcome back to the B stream. We've just wrapped up with the initial upper bracket round 1, and now we're jumping into the round number 2, jumping into the upper bracket quarterfinals. Let's go. We have our PvT. We are jumping into game number 1. And spawning in the bottom, or in the top left-hand corner here of Pylon, we have the American Terran player. We have the Red Terran, representing Mandarino Esports. It is a Future. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player. Fix it up. Un momento, papi, un momento. We have the blue Protoss player. We have the French Protoss, representing Team Liquid. It is a Clem. Here we go. We are jumping into our TVP, and if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our Terran versus Protoss matchup. Oh boy, it's going to be a spicy one here. Here we go. I did notice some people in the chat being like, oh, are we going to get into a TVT? That is not the case. For those that are maybe a little bit unaware, for those who have not been watching much StarCraft specifically this year, Clem, he has not played a Terran versus Terran matchup since December of last year, since Alima League. If you remember, we were there for it, actually. We were it was Alima League. It was one of the early rounds where Clem played against Ryung, and Ryung, he notoriously has arguably the best TvT in the world, and Ryung, he won the first game, and then Clem, he switched to Protoss, and he never looked back. That was the last time he played a TvT, was mid-series against Ryung, and again, that was back in December. So since then, pure Protoss against other Terran players, of course, and Clem has some of the best PvT in the world, if not the best PvT in the world. You can definitely make an argument for it, for sure. But Clem, there's no Terran player out there that he hasn't beaten, except for one. Fun fact, there is one Terran player that Clem has not defeated, that is Maru. But the only reason why he hasn't beaten Maru is because they've never played. In the last year, they have not played back. So as a result, like he's been able to avoid him back. Has avoided him. It's gotten away. If you remember, that's why I was a little bit sad that we never got to see them face off in Star Zagora. If you remember, Maru, he was going to Star Zagora, but then he canceled his flight, he canceled his attendance, so didn't go to Star Zagora, and as a result, we didn't see Clem and Maru face off. But here we go. We do see Future opening up with a 2-rack setup here. Sorry, I say 2 racks. 1 rack's back at home. Factory across the map. Let's go, happy. Let's go. Has Clem beaten Clem? No. That's how he trains, Piper. That's how he trains. That's how he gets better. The image training. But a spicy build here from Future, which is what we expect out of our Terran player here. It is going to be a 2nd rack back at home. We're setting this looks like the beginning of a 2-base all-in. Oh my god. So the 2nd rack is on the way. Big delay on the starport. And with that proxy, we have Hellions in production. And so far unscouted. So far unseen, so far unscouted. As Clem is in the dark, trying to shade in. Also, something we did mention before this series, as we were getting into this upper bracket round, is that both Future and Clem are quite familiar with each other. If you remember, Future did live with Clem last year. They were staying together in Korea, in that team house. So I say team house, they rented an Airbnb together. It was Future, Clem, Estrella, Trigger. That was all in preparation of last year's EWC. So this is where mind games can come into play. And again, we're banking up those Hellions. They are banking up. Now, basically, the reason and the rationale to bank up these Hellions, based on the scouting, what is Clem seeing? Clem, it looks like he sees a 3-racks, right? He sees nothing but Marines back at home. So it looks like a 3-racks when really it's going to be much more committed than that. As Hellions, they move out. Here back at home, there's no SimCity, but there are Stalkers ready for this. Oh no! As we do have a bit of a pause. Hopefully everything is okay. Remember, this is an offline event, and sometimes, you know, there's some tech issues, there's some malfunctioning, maybe some settings are wrong, maybe some of the sound is a little bit weird, maybe like the noise canceling headset, like it's not quite working, or the white noise. Like sometimes there's something that happens. So again, fully understandable as we're about to get into the Hellion dive. Now, when it comes to this dive, 3 Hellions, they one-shot. They one-shot probes specifically. So 3 Hellions is all you you need. Unfortunately for Future, Clem, he's lying in wait here with some Stalkers. He does have a shield battery as well. Ideally, Clem would have some SimCity and would have a wall off, but because he didn't see any factory, because he didn't see any Hellions, there is no wall. So there's an opportunity here for damage. There is an opportunity. As well, as we're jumping back in.
Game resumed.
As we're jumping back in. Hellions, they do dive in. They rush past. One Hellion goes down. Nice pick off. And the other Hellion gets caught. The other Hellion does get caught out. Doesn't make it into the main base. And with that, so this Hellion dive is not going to be worth it here. Yeah, Hellions are all cleaned up. There was potential. There was potential with these Hellions, but alas, 0 damage dealt. And it all comes down to this. It all comes down to the stim timing. Remember, this entire time, building a Marines, building a Marauders, stim is on the way. And this is the beginning of a 2-base all-in. The reason why I say this is because we have a big delay in the starport. So the starport is heavily delayed in favor of stim, in favor of more Marine and Bio production. So very committed here. From the side of Clem, he did go for his initial 3-gate blink. So 3-gate blink into a third base. Very safe play out of Clem, going for the robo as well before expanding. So very safe. And it's on Clem to be active, to be proactive, and to slow this down. Eventually, Future's going to push. He's going to push. He's going to send it. And it's going to be on Clem to pick off the tanks, pick off the Marauders, force an early siege, pick away the Marines. Like this. Gets one. Gets one Marine. He wants another. Oh, almost gets 2. But again, every little bit counts. The boys were pre-pulled here to repair, so lost mining time from Future. And behind this, we have the Bay. Bay for Colossus. Clem going toss to protect the viewers from the mirror. Copium. He's playing toss to protect his mental health. What are you talking about? Playing toss for him, baby. Doesn't want to deal with PvT. From here, Future he will soon commit. Second tank is moving out. We're still waiting for the upgrades, still waiting for combat shields. Concussor shell as well. Oh. Gets a Marine. Gets a Marine. Here comes the push. And it's all or nothing for Future. And Clem does engage ahead of time. Gets a Marine. Picks up more Marines. At the same time, Zelda hit the mineral end. SMB is going to be going down again. Future is all in. It's all or nothing. And now there's Colossus. There's Colossus. There's force field sentries as well. It's going to be brutal. The tanks get caught unsieged. And they're going to be focused down. Yeah, we'll lose one. We'll lose the other. And GG gets caught. Clem, he shuts down the push. And Clem takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Clem, he does take a lead in the series. Again, Clem, really unfortunate start for Future when it came to the proxy. It was really an interesting setup there, an interesting proxy location, and going for the factory, going for the mass Hellion, or going for 3 Hellions. It was a cheeky move, but in the end, it didn't quite pay off. We saw the Hellion dive, got 0 damage done. It was quite committed there, and again, didn't lead to anything. Following that, of course, then Clem was looking comfortable. He was able to slow down the push, shut down the all-in. GG. GG all played again. Very safe play by Clem as well, going for his initial 3-gate. Wasn't lured into cutting corners. And now we're getting into game number 2. And we'll see if Future can bounce back and force the ace match. We'll see if Clem can clean it up here and now. Let's go. We go. So diving into that second game and spawning in the top right-hand corner, top right-hand corner here of Leylands, we have the American Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Matcherino Esports down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. It is Future. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the French Protoss player, the French Protoss, the blue Protoss representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. Here we go. See in the chat, Clem disrespecting the game. I feel like anyone who, I think there's always like someone who does try to say something like that who probably just don't watch a lot of StarCraft. We mentioned this before, but Clem, he's literally one of the best Protoss players in the world. The one thing stopping him, he said it himself, the one thing stopping Clem from switching and fully changing to Protoss is PvP. So it's the mirror matchups, papi. He avoids TvT and PvP as well. If you've been watching over the past couple of months post EWC, he did try to play Protoss a little bit in the Open Cups. He had a couple of games against Max Packs, a couple of games against Classic and Hero, but he had mixed success, very mixed success with that. He never did beat them in a full series. He did take some games, but PvP is his weakest matchup when he plays Protoss. So that's stopping him. For now though, Future setting up here behind the mineral line. And of course he enjoys playing Terran against Zerg more than Protoss against Zerg. As Clem is forsaking the unnatural thanks to the eBay block. It's a nice move there by Future, but alas, Clem, he's not aware of the proxy Reaper. Oh boy. As a result, there's no Zealots, right? There's no early Zealot, there's no early setup. There's potential for damage. Future, he can pop off. Let's go. He has potential. As Reaper dips in. So far does dip in, and can he get a probe kill so far? Nice control by Clem. Pulls away, saves the probe. Second probe. Oh my god, he'll lose nothing. Saves both workers. Very clean control here by Clem. Doesn't lose a single worker. Stalker pops out, and Clem has defended. So very nice, very clean defense here early on. Future back at home does go double gas into a faster factory, into a delayed CC, going for a more tech-heavy start this time. Typically, especially if there's no Zealot, the Reaper gets at least 1, maybe 2 probe kills, sometimes even 3. Here gets 0. If this is a B stream, where do I find the A stream? As was stated in the chat, yes, the main stream is on Ursa TV _esports. The link should be on the Wikipedia. And I believe they're going to be covering Beyond versus Scarlets, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, they have priority on their picks. There's going to be some amazing games over the mainstream. So do also consider checking them out. As the Reapers, they do get 3 probes. Nice damage here by the Reapers, by Future. Oh no! It does get caught out though. And we'll lose 1, and may even lose both. As Adept will hunt Future down. I believe he can tank a shot. It does tank 1. And does pull away. Whew, okay. So Future does get out. Behind this, we have another set of Raxes, and do you see what I see? Very similar to last game, delayed starport, right? Delayed starport, we have a second and a third Rax before the starport. Tank production has begun. Oh, going for an add-on swap into early stim. Okay, so this is once again an early stim timing, a commitment into bio, a very low tank count. Stalkers, they poke in, bunkers are ready. Clem, he wants a tank, he wants whatever he can get. Can he get the tank? He can! Oh god! The tank goes down, don't like this. He wants a cyclone as well. GG gets called. Losing the tank was brutal. That should not have happened. And Clem, he will claim it then and there. We were discussing the potential follow-up build here, the 2-base all-in, the commitment into stim. But before we could even get there, GG. GG, well played. A brutal loss there. Losing the tank that early on, that's game, right? That is your defense. That is your defensive line. To lose the tank to, I mean, the bunker didn't really matter because there was nothing to fill the bunker up. to lose the tank, to lose the cyclone. This all kind of comes into play as to the punishment of the proxy reaper. Remember, the proxy reapers didn't get much damage done, and because they didn't, the Rax was floating. Because it was floating, there were no marines, there was no bioproduction, we were still teching up, and we were heavily reliant on those factory units. There was nothing to fill up those bunkers, nothing to support or protect the tank. It all kind of played into each other. GG. GG, well played. With that, a very fast series, and Clem, he will claim the series 2-0. Very well done, very impressive play, snowballing out of control and denying any kind of mid-game out of future. Impressive play there. Aye. So with that, GG, and let's catch up on the bracket. I believe the mainstream, they're still progressing, they're still getting through their match. But one moment. One moment here. 2-0. Okay. Exclamation mark B in the chat to have a look at the back yourselves. Let us catch on up. So from the top we have Clem. Clem speed running his way through the bracket. He is currently in the upper bracket semifinals. The winner semifinals, waiting for the winner of Zaun and Lambo. Zaun and Lambo, they will be facing off momentarily, I'm sure. They're going to be on the mainstream, bear that in mind. Meanwhile, Beyond versus Scarlet is currently going to be going on in the mainstream. So when it comes to the schedule, the mainstream will be covering Beyond versus Scarlet, and then they'll be covering Zaun versus Lambo thereafter. What are we covering next? It is going to be Trigger versus Geralt in the PvP. That is going to be our next series on the channel on the B stream. So we'll be covering some Canada versus Poland action. That's going to be here on the B stream, and then we go down to the lower brackets. So once we wrap up with the upper bracket quarterfinals, then we'll be done with the upper bracket for the day. Remember, this is a 2-day event. For those that are unaware, it's 2 days. 2 days of Stellarfest Constellation Cup. So day 1 is the first 2 rounds in the upper bracket, and I believe the first 2 rounds of the lower bracket as well. Then the rest of the bracket will be played out tomorrow. So players have some time to rest, to recover, which means Clem is done for the day. Right? I believe that's correct. I think, yeah, let's go. Este Clem, baby, este Clem. So Clem, he has some time to himself here. He can enjoy the sights, enjoy the rest of Ottawa, Canada. I'm sure there's plenty to embrace. Este Clem. Likewise, when it comes to the rest of the bracket, as we mentioned, we're going to be covering Trigger versus Geralt. If you're a fan of Future, do not worry. Future gets knocked down to the lower brackets, but Future, he still has a chance to recover and to redeem himself. Does still have that chance of redemption. As Future, oh, we do have an update on the bracket actually. Future is going to be knocked down to face off against Foxer in that lower bracket. We got you. Man. Beautiful, beautiful. So, and that will actually be a TvT. That will, and we might cover it. We'll see. When it comes to the lower bracket matches, yet to be determined what we cover and what we don't. We'll get there. Who would you favor here? When it comes to the next series, Trigger and Geralt, I do lean towards Trigger. Trigger, he has some killer PvP. It's if you remember, he had a bit of a revelation earlier this year. With Trigger, of course, he's been living in Korea for the majority of 2025 and 2024 as well, like half of 2024. Spending a lot of time in Korea, playing in a lot of online cups as well, and he was struggling in PvP for a while. And then he had a revelation, you know, he opened his third eye, like he popped off and he was beating Hero, he was beating Classic, he was beating everyone. And he posted on Twitter and he was like, guys, I stopped using my brain and then I started winning PvPs. It's like, oh, god damn it, Trigger. Basically, Trigger, he started going for all-ins. He started being hyper aggressive, a lot of all-ins, a lot of aggressive builds, and he was quite successful, Is achieving a lot in PvP. Yo, maybe he can coach Clem. Maybe he can. Oh god. Hey. So we have seen a more aggressive side of Trigger in recent times, in recent months. Them playing like those workers were his IRL brothers, his lost IRL brothers. True. Crazy. Again, that was the initial Reaper defense was insanely good. Insane. Meanwhile, when it comes to the mainstream, I think they're still in game 1, right? I have to double check. Yo, let's go. They got Heartsum and Lem on the casting couch. Let's go. Love to see it. Right, so the mainstream is covered by Steadfast and Pig, but whenever Lambo and Heartsum are available, whenever they're not playing games, like they will be hopping on. Hop on. Covering some matches. Otherwise, we are going to be going on an extended break potentially. We'll have to wait, of course, for the players to get ready. So Trigger and Geralt are going to be preparing, and once they're ready for us, we'll be jumping in. So again, it could be like 10-15 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit less. It's hard to say, but whenever the players are ready, we'll be jumping into that next match. So we'll see you soon. Take this time to get some snacks, get some food, get some water. Someone earlier was asking about the mainstream. I got you, buddy. I got you. They're going to be streaming over on Twitch, and link is in the chat. Hola, hermano. Una pregunta. ¿Sabes algo de Enki? No se conecta desde el 29 de octubre. No ha escuchado nada. ¿A dónde está mi Enki? True. Yeah, he didn't cast Pegasus Cup. I'll message him. We'll leave him a message. Make sure he's okay. But for the time being, we're going to be going on a break. So take this time to get some snacks, get some food, check out the mainstream as well. Open up a couple of tabs. Don't leave us completely, Pappy. But the mainstream is going on with Beyond versus Scarlet. Going to be an amazing TVZ matchup. A team kill as well with the Shopify players. So do check that out. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you guys soon after the break with Trigger and Geralt. See you then. See you then, Pappy. See you then.